Hey everybody, welcome to this achievement guide for Payday 2 on the Xbox Series X. Today we are going to be going back a little bit in my channel's history and updating some of my Payday 2 guides. This was back when all I had was a capture card and no microphone or anything close to an appropriate recording setup, so the information I offered up in those videos were pretty limited, but I'm back at it, updating the guides for my channel to offer you guys something more useful, utilizing newly learned methods and really laying things out in a more proper, quote unquote guide. So there's a big shout out to the users at True Achievements for helping me refine my information and providing some useful tips for the guide I posted over there. I'll be linking to my solution where I provide the credit for where I had gotten the information, so the sources and the users that helped me learn all these different techniques. So definitely check that out if you're interested in finding out where I got all this info from. Now, without boring you all to death, let's get started with the guide. Be sure to use the time codes available for the video to jump around to the sections that you'd like more information on. Okay, starting up with our inventory setup, you really just want to set up what you're most comfortable with. We are going to be creating a stealth build, so make sure you have good movement speed. You have good movement speed when carrying bags, you have 2 ECM jammers, you have really good pistol damage, you have, just the usual stealth build stuff. Take a look at my skills, see what's aced, see what I put my skills into, and then build around that. Once you have your stealth build set up with your skills, we are going to be moving to crew management. You want to make sure that you have a crew ability on one of your AIs to make sure that you have fast interaction, so it is the quick ability. What this allows you to do is skip a significant portion of work throughout the mission due to the increase in your interaction time. So make sure that you do have that crew ability assigned to one of your AI slots. And then from there, we are going to build out our pistol, and really, when it comes to the weapons, it is up to personal preference. I'll let you know what my loadout was here. You can attach whatever attachments you decide. And as for the primary, I take the Planesrider bow. I think this is from one of the weapon packs, and I had, poison arrows and concealment, and I made sure that my detection risk was extremely low. So you want to make sure that you have really high concealment on your weapons, and you are making sure that you just have the least amount of detection risk, so that way you can breeze through this level. Now that we have got our initial setup started, let's go through the quick tips and little methods or exploits, whatever you may want to call them, to give you the advantage throughout your run. First thing is first, we are going to be taking advantage of the 75% interaction speed boost we got from the quick interaction crew ability. Essentially, what we are able to do is speed up the laptop hacking process, and we are able to skip rewiring the fuse boxes, and we do not have to restart the laptop hacking at all. And all we need to do is hack the laptop once, essentially. The way that you set the skip up is to make sure that you have assigned the previously mentioned crew ability called Quick, and that increases your interaction speed by 25% per AI teammate that you bring along on the mission. This means that if you bring 3 AI with you, you will get a 75% interaction speed boost, which is the speed that you need to trick the game into thinking that you haven't even started the hack, when really you have. So to get the skip working, you need to first get the USBs from the security chief, and then when you are about to place it into the computer, you need to make sure that you place the USB, and then you immediately, and I mean immediately, go and begin the hack of the computer. That second input needs to take place extremely quick. So take a look at the clip I am showing right now. You can see that it happens super quick. You basically have no time to stop. You need to place the USB and then begin the hack immediately. You will know you have done it correctly if you see the finger telling you where to begin the hack is stuck on the computer, and that will mean it will be on your screen throughout the rest of the mission. You will also know you succeeded if you do not hear Bane mention anything about the hack beginning. So if you see the finger and you don't hear Bane mention anything about the hack, that means you have skipped all of the fuse box rewiring, and you can move on with prepping for the rest of the mission. So for our second tip, we are going to be doing a little bit of parkour to get up onto the roof. This can be useful if you need to get to the roof and there are just too many guards near the stairs, or there are too many guards downstairs in general. You know how it can get crazy and all that stuff. It's a pretty messy area down there, so if you need to get to the roof easily, you can use parkour. So for the roof access, you are going to be heading to the left side of the mansion, and you're going to be jumping onto the crates and then looking at the lamppost that is right beside the crates and jumping directly towards it, and you're going to be spamming the jump button. So for Xbox it's A, I think for PlayStation it's X, spacebar for PC, all that good stuff. And as long as you spam your jump button, you will make it onto the little awning section pretty easily. And then from there, if you want to make your way to the roof, you do actually need to first unlock the main area by pressing the button inside to lift all the security measures. And once you've done that, you can then make it onto the roof by jumping onto the ledge to your right. And you're going to do the same thing that you did with the lamppost. You're going to be spamming the jump button to make sure that you do make it onto that ledge and you do get onto the roof. That's my technique that I've been using, and it's worked for me more often than not. So I definitely recommend that you take advantage of it as well. Next up, we have a really quick tip. If you see any of the interactables inside the house, so the Yayo, the recording device, or even the phone, and they are up against the wall, you can try and interact with them from the other side of the wall. This could save you a lot of trouble and help you avoid some guards walking down the hallways, so be sure to keep this in mind during your runs. Check out the clip on screen now to see the positions that I often use to search through the walls. There are a few more positions that you can check yourself, but these are the ones that I always make sure I check. So for our final tip, it is to kill all of the outside guards before you go inside of the mansion. There are a total of 18 to 19 guards located outside, and none of them actually have any pagers, so you can kill them as much as you want. The reason it's important to take out a significant amount of these guards is so that way it's easier for you to transport all of the loot at the end of the mission, and you can escape extremely easily if you are not working on avoiding all of these guards as you're trying to escape. So my personal recommendation would be to definitely kill all of the outside guards, especially the ones that are located in the garden and at the docks. Now, as far as killing all of the guards go, there are 4 guards in the spawn area. There are 4 guards at the front of the mansion, so that would be the walkway area and by the pool. There are sometimes 3 to 4 guards by the docks, and then there are roughly 5 to 6 guards in the garden area that regularly go to the front of the mansion and sometimes to the docks area as well. And let's not forget about the security boss that sometimes has a guard with him. It depends on the location he's in. He may have a guard with him, he may not. And he shows up in those 3 main areas that are not the spawn area. And he is the guy you need to take the USB from, so he's an important one to make sure that you do take out, of course. And finally, you want to make sure that if you do kill all of the guards, you do not kill any guards in front of the mansion doors, the mansion windows, or in view of the roof. And you especially do not kill any of the guards in front of the cameras. If you do, you need to make sure that you body bag them and you move them out of the way of the view of the camera, window, whatever, any way that they will get spotted by a guard or a camera. This is also when I end up using the ECM jammers, so that way I can take out a bunch of guards that may be in view of the camera. So that may be a good idea for you during your runs if you need to take out a lot of guards to disable the cameras before you go ahead and do it. Anyways, now that we've laid out all of the tips for this mission, let's get started. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, be sure to use the time codes available to you to jump around to the sections that you are having the most trouble with. I'll be providing commentary over some of my gameplay, but will try my best to do so only when it feels like it's a good time for it. But regardless, let's jump into my 10-minute and 36-second run. You remember how I said I wasn't going to talk much? Well, right off the bat, I do have a few things to say. In the beginning, I like to do my best to avoid all of these spawn guards right away. So that way, I don't have to worry about shooting them and it's a higher success rate. And if I do get spotted on my way out of the spawn area, I just go ahead and kill them. So that's a good tip for you to know. You could just breeze past them if you play your cards right.
Don't alert the guard.
I got extremely lucky with the guard placement on this run. If you see, they all sort of bundle up in this one area that is not visible to either of the cameras and is very lightly trafficked from the garden guard. They can only see the one guard that I picked up, and I body bagged them, moved them out of their sight, and now all those dead bodies are safe where they are.
Be quiet. Guard, stay alert. Guard, stay back. Don't alert the guard. Psst, guard, stay quiet. Look out, guard. Watch out, guard.
The guard that I kill right now is actually in a really risky position. There is a camera facing his dead body and he is just out of sight. So if you kill a guard in that area, be extremely careful and check the cameras before. I was pretty sloppy, but I got lucky. Now, right before the computer hack, I am looking to pop an ECM just in case that question mark turned into an exclamation mark, but it didn't. So now we go straight to the laptop and we are using the tip that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. We are going to be placing the USB and then starting the hack right away so the game can't even catch up with us and we do not have to rewire any of the fuse boxes.
Guard, stay back. Don't get caught on tape. Guard on patrol. Watch out, guard. Look out, guard. Guard on patrol. Psst, guard, stay quiet. Oi, guard, watch it. Watch out, guard. Guard, stay back. Watch out, guard. Guard, stay back. Watch out, guard.
You can't find the laptop? Check around the house. Garage, maybe?
Look out, guard. Guard on patrol.
Now that we have killed all of the outside guards, we have nothing to worry about on the outside, of course. So we are headed inside and we need to only be concerned with the guards that are located inside. And first things first, we gotta unlock the house. So we're looking for the button. My guard placement when headed to the button was pretty abysmal. I had a lot of guards in my way, so I had to keep moving around and basically work my way around the entire first area of the mansion just to get to the button. And an important thing to note that actually saves me on many occasions is the crouch jump technique. So a quick jump and a crouch allows you to move pretty quick, but also keep your detection level really low. So that's a pretty good tip for anybody who doesn't stealth often in this game. It saves you a lot of time and it saves you a lot of stress from getting detected, of course. Now that we have arrived at the button, we are going to be heading to the Yayo package right away. It's actually going to be the spot that we use to search through the wall. And luckily for me, I get the Yayo package through the wall. Then that package actually has the tape recorder. And even better for me was that the phone was right beside me. So everything was taken care of on the very first search. That doesn't happen a lot. I know it doesn't happen a lot and it's not realistic. But fortunately for me, I was lucky enough that on my successful run, I was able to have all of these in the one room.
Guard on patrol. Guard, stay back. Psst, guard, stay quiet. Guard.
While making...
Yes?
The shaggy goat is unhappy with knives.
Okay, come in.
Now that we have access to the second half of the mansion, we're going to be heading into there. There are only 2 guards to be concerned about, as they're the only guards that move around in this area. There is a 3rd guard at the top right, at the door that leads to the roof, but he is always turned around. You want to be especially careful with the guard that I just killed, because the guards on the roof can actually see his body if you shoot him where I killed him. So I did a pretty risky move here, but it paid off for me luckily. You just want to make sure that if you do what I did, you're prepared for any of the guards on the roof to spot you. And for Ernesto Sosa, I actually kill him with the bow and arrow. And if you do not get detected by him immediately, the bow and arrow is a one-shot kill. I'm sure it's the same for a few other weapons, but I've been killing him with a pistol sometimes, and he ends up shooting off his weapon, and all of the guards on the map detect me. So it's a pretty big mess. But once you've killed him, it's essentially home free, especially if you killed all the outside guards, because now all you need to do is carry all of the bags to the escape vehicle. Now, if you are playing for the achievement, you are required to play on Mayhem, and on Mayhem mode, you have to take a minimum of 6 bags of loot. So 6 Yayo bags is the way to go. Believe me, they are the fastest, and you can sprint with them, so they're definitely a recommendation. On this area specifically, make sure that when you do jump down from this balcony, you are super careful. For me, on one of my better runs, I actually ended up getting a bit carried away, and I fell off and straight up downed myself, and the AI could not pick me up, and that was heartbreaking. So please don't get carried away just because you are at the end of it and you are looting everything. You know, make sure to continue to play it safe. Now that the mission is coming to a close, it is a 10-minute and 36-second run, and I would like to mention that my previous runs have hardly any difference in time. The last run that I uploaded was actually 10 minutes and 37 seconds, so, you know, slight improvement, but we're not really here for the time improvement. We are here for the improvement in the effort that it takes, so it is easier with this method. and we're improving upon the success rate. So if you are going for this mission over and over and over again, your success rate will be higher using these methods because the mission will be easier. So with all of that being said, I do appreciate your feedback, and please drop a comment below if you want me to go for a specific achievement or a specific mission and give you guys a guide. I am limited to the Xbox or PlayStation platform, so I don't have any PC missions. You know, keep that in mind. If you have an Xbox map that you are struggling with and you think you might need a guide for, drop a comment below. I'd be happy to create a guide for this. The game is great, and you know, I would love to put out more for it. So thank you very much for watching this video. Drop a like if I was able to help you out in completing this mission and completing the achievement. And take care, stick around and subscribe to my channel for more content like this one, and I will see you in the next one.